Hi, welcome. My name is Kwabena. Subscribe to this channel, or you can share with somebody you think will be interested in the content that you're creating. It's about entrepreneurship, it's about personal development, it's about finance, personal financial knowledge, education. There's a lot that we have to do as a people, Africans, Kenyans. And I think the missing link is us being able to develop very systemic, structured entrepreneurs who will be able to produce what we need to create the wealth that we all want. So you can share with somebody like that. So welcome. Today I want to share with you the 1%, the 1%, the mindset of the 1%. If you go to any country, sometimes it's even less than 1%. There is a percentage of people who control most everything that goes on in that country. If you go to any community, there is a percentage of people who control everything in that. So the world is about 8 billion, they say. Not more than 1% of the population of the world controls all the activities that go on in this world. So in our country, the people, the decision makers, those who control money, those who control power, those who control what the people study. For instance, when you send your child to school, who decides what they should study in school? There is a group of people who decide that. Who decides what who decides what we watch on TV, what we hear on radio? There is a percentage of that, and that is what they call the 1%. Sometimes even less than 1%. There's a way they think. There's a way they look at life, and that's why they are 1%. It's not like it's highly selected people somebody somewhere who has selected them. No, it's their way of life. It's the way they look at life. It's the way they do their things. It's what they know that has made them the 1%. Then the rest is the 99%. They also behave in a particular way. They understand things from a particular point of view. Their lifestyle is different. So I want to draw your attention to this and what you can do to possibly be part of that 1%. And the choice is ours. The choice is ours as an individual in a particular country, in a particular community, who wants to decide to say that, listen, I want to be part of the 1%. What you will find with the 1% is that they are interested in money and they are interested in power. So wherever you see money, you see power. They are there. they want money. They want power. They are not the ones looking for increment in salary and going for a looter. No. They are not the ones looking for bank mortgage to buy 2-bedroom house. No. They are not the one looking to become doctor, lawyer, those things. No. Look at the most powerful of the world. What subjects do their children study? And the rest of us, we study everything, and they give us big titles. If you look at somebody who is around 60 years, they tell you that go on retirement, 65, 60. Who decides that? It's those who control the power and who control the money. So you don't want to be 60 years and you look poor. It's dangerous to be old and poor. And yet most people at the latter part of their lives are very much in tight corner when it comes to money. You look the most powerful, they are 70, 80, they still look fresh. A lot of them still even have their wives. That's what amazes me. Or they have their husbands. They are 80 and they still look fresh, they dress neat, they drive nice cars, they live in very nice areas. Why? Because of the way they think. They are part of the 1%. Then the majority of the people, even when they are 50, they look like they are 70. There's a way they think. So they believe in having power and money. They believe in that. And they really control the way they think, the information that comes to them. They really control. They are not the ones feeding on the TV news all the time to make decisions on the news at 12 o'clock. No, they are not the ones. They are the ones making the news. They are the ones putting the content on the news. They own the network. They own the TV. They own the newspapers. They own the books. They own the social media platforms. They create the content. That is the 1%. A lot of them are driven by productivity, by production. They are not consuming. They create what we consume. So one of the things that you can do to move yourself from the 99 to 1% is create something, produce something, create value, create something that people need, have a skill that is in high demand, take control of your finances. Take control of your finances. A lot of them, they plan very well. They plan, they structure, they have 100-year plan for themselves and their family. They plan, they're constantly planning. They don't go for profession. They go for power and money. And the rest of us go for profession. That's why when you're going to university, this course in electrical engineering, when you finish it, that's what they told you. So when you saw somebody reading chemistry, or when you saw somebody reading art, you thought that they were not serious. I saw that some people had very good grades, but they were not looking for those courses because they were coming from that 1%. They believe in productivity. They believe in production. They don't consume. They produce. They feed. They take charge. They are in for the power. So these guys, a lot of the times, they build businesses, they build investments. You go to the village, you go to your grandfather's house, you go to your grandmother's house. Look at the buildings that we have in our villages. Some of them, the rich families in these towns and villages and communities. Look, some of the houses have been there for 200 years. What did they do? Some of them 100 years. What did they do? A lot of them are big cocoa farmers who created a lot of wealth and created and built all these houses. They were the 1%. They produce. They always invested. They thought of the future. So think of that. So they invest a lot, and they have ownership mentality. They want to own their money. They want to own their time. Even if you're an employee, you get money. Think of the future. When you get money, don't use it on all these things. Don't consume everything that you own. You have to have a plan to say, okay, I'm going to work for the next 10 years, and I'm going to save it and invest it in something that will take care of me for the rest of my life. You have to have that kind of thinking. Most people don't have that. So they work, they get the money, they go and build a house, live in, buy a nice phone, go and get another degree, because they are part of the 99%. They don't think of owning their own destiny. And that's how the world has. That's why you see the programs that they put on TV. It makes a lot of people laugh. You see the football they put on TV. They are just consuming. You see all the gadgets that they bring out. A lot of us, we go to work, we come home, we are tired, we watch TV, we laugh, we smile, the next day we go. We are part of the 99%. And that's why when it gets to 60 years, they tell you to go home, then you have nothing. Because you didn't think of that. You were thinking as a consumer. You have to take care of your future. So they know something about money that the rest of the 99 don't know. The 1%. They know something about money that the rest don't know. They hardly would come out to teach you. They don't give you information. A lot of them will never give you any information to become liberated in terms of your money, your future, and your time. A lot of them would want to keep us in amusement. we smile, we laugh. So anybody who is trying to teach you, like what I'm doing, bring enlightenment to you. I'm trying to push a lot of us who are sleeping to move and take charge of our lives so that we can be part of the 1%. In Ghana, the 1%, if you are 30 million, we will then be about maybe 300,000 or so. So Ghana, largely, I think the number is even low. Look at TV. All the people that you see them, they are always the ones in the news all the time. The power, the one who's controlling the power, the ones who's controlling the money. Very few people. So let's assume you have 300,000 people who are like that. It's not the number. It's the psyche. It's the worldview. It's the outlook. It's the lifestyle. It's what you do with what you have. Are you a producer or a consumer? Are you thinking of the future or you're thinking of today? Are you fascinated with birthday parties and children birthday party and weddings and ceremonies? You're then part of the 99%, especially when you don't have. And yet, you are so much enthused and occupied and obsessed with these things. A lot of people are like that. And that's why they never go forward in their lives. So it's a disposition, it's a decision that every one of us can make. And I think that within 10 years, every one of us can take charge of our lives, no matter our finances. Once we get the right information, we can all take charge of our lives. And if you think like the 1%, you will retire. You will live long, you will retire in peace. You will not be 70 years and you look like nothing. Because you can see a lot of people who are old, but they look fresh. Look around. When you watch the TV, there are a lot of these people. He's 80, 85, still look like he's 25. Still looks like he's 70, 60. They drive nice, they dress well, they take charge of their lives, they are in charge. Why? because of the way they think. So there's a way the 1% thinks, and there's the way that the rest of the world thinks. And the 1% can even be reduced to sometimes even 0.1%. They are the super people. They control everything. They control the airlines, they control the internet, they control every movement of mankind. And that's why some people will then bring some kind of superstition and things into that. But it's always a way of life. It's always a way of life. So think like that. Think like that. Move from just the 99% that tell everybody is just grappling. We're just fighting on the ground, fighting. Instead of us to think of going into the 1% or even fewer numbers as you become more successful. So the 1% is a way of thinking. They plan their life, they strategize, they believe in investing for their future, they take charge of their own, they produce something. Whatever, the moment you start to produce anything that people want, you are thinking like that. It's a skill. Sometimes skill. You just have the ability to convince people to buy from you. That's a skill. You take charge of your life. You're not waiting for somebody to help you. You're always thinking of what can I do. You dare. You take a risk. That is a 1%. That is the 1%. The other ones, they have to. The 1% tries to build their own system of finance, their own structure of happiness. They have the way they build their family. They have the way they build their own. They have the way they take charge of their time. They are not waiting to become something that school gives them before they become happy. No, they take charge of themselves. So if you don't believe it, look at the world. Look at all these kings and queens around the world. Look at what their children study. Look at what their grandchildren study. Go to the school and see what they study. Look at where they work. Look at the profession they have. Look at how much they go for salary, and you see that they play in a different cycle. The same with these top business people, business owners. The same. Even sometimes look at families with long-term, with history of great politicians and see what they study. They always want to be around where the power is. They always want to be part of the decision makers. They always want to take charge of their lives. That is how they think. That is how they see life. And that's how you see them, the ones deciding for everybody. So whenever you're watching TV, know that somebody put it there. Whenever you see your child going to school, know that the content that they're teaching in the school, somebody put them there. So thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.